What is up, guys? So in today's video, we're going to be making this combat shotgun class right here. So basically, right here is a class. It's pretty good. So I'm going to play a few matches. You're going to see some highlights of those matches. And yeah, this shotgun class works really, really well. And yeah, it's helped me out a lot and helped me get a lot of kills really easily. So yeah, we're going to hop into a few matches, show you some of that, and then we'll come back and give an overview of the class and how you can set it up for yourself. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I think during this match, we will run the combat shotgun. And yeah, it's a bit of a close quarters map. So it's kind of the idea of why we're running with this one. Right there we got, so right there you saw that's a bit of a range for a shotgun. We didn't get the kill, but I mean honestly I don't think we really could have with any shotgun, to be frank, unless it had like slugs in it. There we go. There we go. There we go, Fury kill. And then we got that guy. See, that's why I like running Incendiary. So we were able to get a mega kill, which I think is pretty good. Okay, that stun just went off. They know we're right here. But see, we did get that kill. So I mean, you can manage to get, you know, a one shot very, very easily with this class. Okay, we're gonna go this way. There we go, double kill. I think they got us with Incendiary as well, but hey, we managed to get a few kills there. There we go, we got a kill. See, we don't even have to aim down sights with this class, honestly. See, so that distance, you can get those kills. It just takes more shots, therefore more time, and more ammo, so. That's why I like having the larger magazines. In case you run into a group of enemies that's at a somewhat distance, you know, you can still probably manage to get some kills. So right there we got a few in a row. We have a glide bomb we can use. Okay, so we got a triple kill. That's not too awful. There we go, double kill. Enemies are over here now, so, and they're gonna come through here. Okay, see, right there we almost reloaded and died, but with all these rounds, we can actually, you know, not have to reload so much. So I kind of canceled the reload, if you could tell, because basically if you double tap your reload button, on mine, I play PlayStation, so it'd be a triangle, you can kind of cancel it. So like, I'll show you again, once I get to an opportune spot, as long as I don't spawn an enemy. So see, if you start the reload animation, you can cancel it by double tapping that triangle. Because if you just press it once, it switches to your secondary, so you're going to want to double tap that and you can cancel that. Okay, so we got a Fury kill. Not too awful, not too bad. Right there we got you know, 2 kills with 1 shot. We did get that win, and we came out with 96 eliminations, not as much as that guy right above us, only off by 5, but that's not too awful. 96 eliminations and 51 deaths, that's not too bad. That's almost a 2 KD, which is pretty good actually. So yeah, because we can just run around, hip fire, get kills like crazy, and sometimes get 2 kills with 1 shots like you saw. So yeah, it works out really well. I've used it in a lot of different matches, and it works pretty well for me, honestly. So yeah. Okay, so that match with the combat shotgun class, we got 96 eliminations and 51 deaths. The camera cut off, so I can't really directly point at it. So yeah, I put that in the calculator. It comes out as about a 1.88 KD, so basically a 1.9 KD ratio. So that's not too awful. Some matches you'll get more, some matches you'll get less. It just depends. Okay, so as you saw with that shotgun class, basically it's really good with close quarter maps. So typically I'll run this on like Ship House and just other like blitz pacing maps I'll find that are kind of short, so you know, like small close quarters. So yeah, I would run with this class on those maps, and it works out really, really well. Like I said, you can just sprint, basically slide around corners, or just move quick and just hip fire. You'll get one shots most of the time, and you'll be good to go. And yeah, that's where this class really, really shines, I think. So yeah, I would try to use it in those type situations. Okay guys, so as you just saw, this class works really, really well. So right here's the combat shotgun. That's our primary. We're using the combat shotgun. And then for the attachments, we run the G28 compensator. It helps with recoil control, which I find pretty helpful. So yeah, we run the sawed-off barrel. So it increases damage. It does lower damage range. It does hurt recoil control and accuracy, but you do get that wider pellet spread and higher movement speed. So that helps a lot when we're doing like the running, gunning, and then like the sliding and hip firing and all that. It just works really, really well. I don't run an optic. Chances are you probably could and would be fine. So like, you know, something like this, because I mean that it increases recoil control and accuracy, which probably isn't too bad. But I just don't like running sights on my shotguns unless I'm using like slugs. So that's just what I just don't run an optic on this one. But you can if you want. And yeah, right here's that CGC 3M adjustable. That's the stock. It helps with the hip fire accuracy, which is a big help, and it also helps with some of the movement speeds. That way we can just, you know, kind of run a gun, slide around, get some kills that way. So yeah. Right here for the proficiency, we have Frenzy, so that helps with health regeneration after kills, because, I mean, the class is kind of a running gun, right? So I'm thinking, hey, maybe that would be good. Momentum here would probably also be good, because that increases your movement speed after kills, but this helps regeneration after kills, so, I mean, it's whatever. It depends how damaged you get, honestly, and I think since we're up close, chances are that makes more sense for me, personally, but you can probably use Momentum, or honestly, whichever you prefer there, but I would say probably stick with Frenzy or Momentum, most likely. And then right here, we run on hand because I use stim shot and stuff. And I use my equipment a lot, so that's why I use that. But this would probably help because it increases sprint speed. And yeah, if you're trying to level it up, probably use surplus because it gets you more kill XP. But yeah, I like using that one because it increases the equipment dexterity. So yeah. And then for the rear grip, we have the pine tar because that helps with the recoil control and the hip fire accuracy. So yeah, it also lowers the ADS speed, but we're not really ADS, or at least I'm not with this class because it's more of like a run and gun hip fire class, and you know, one shot one kill type stuff. So yeah, I mean, we also have these other ones. You might be able to mess around with it, see which one you find to be the best for you, but I find this one works really, really well for me. And then right here for the magazine, we're running 16 gauge 10 round drums. So yeah, it increases the magazine capacity, but it does lower ADS, reload, and movement speed, but it's 10 rounds. So you don't have to reload near as much as you would with just, you know, the default rounds per magazine, because yeah, let me see if I can remove that attachment and show you the default. So it looks like the default's 5 rounds of magazine, right? So that doubles the capacity, so you don't have to reload near as much at all, so you can get a lot more kills back to back to back to back, no problem. So yeah, and then we also run incendiary. I find that to be pretty helpful because basically it does the damage after it hits, so even you can die and still get the kill after. I just like running incendiary. You might be able to get some luck with this if you can figure out how to aim it and do it a lot better, because I've tried it and I haven't done very well with it because it uses a slug, I think, for the I can't really use the slug, so I haven't really tried buck and slug actually, because I thought that was just the slug. But yeah, the slug is kind of hard to get because you actually have to aim, so that kind of defeats the purpose of the shotgun in my point of view, because I would just rather use a sniper and just quick soap, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I would try to stick with like incendiary, and maybe use that because it increases limb damage. So if you don't, you know, hit the center every time, that might be a good way to go. But I like running with incendiary because it's kind of my go-to with a lot of these classes. And then for the underbarrel, I run this right here. It helps the sprint to fire and hip fire accuracy, but it does lower recoil and accuracy, but it helps with the hip fire accuracy because, again, like I said, this class, the main thing is, hey, you're running around, then you slide around a corner and just try to get kills that way, just hip firing instead of like aiming down sights. So you're probably fine since that increases the hip fire. And yeah, that's the setup for this shotgun right here, and it works out really, really well. As you can see down there with the graph, it does have lower accuracy, but it does have higher speed, higher firepower, and higher ammo. So yeah, that's what we went with. I run the combat shield because I play the close quarter maps most of the time, so a lot of the time you'll get people to run up behind you, so I think the combat shield helps out with that a little. But if you're playing other maps, you could honestly just switch out and use any primary weapon or secondary weapon, honestly, just whatever you want to run with. I just use that because I play the close quarter maps, and I find it to be helpful for me personally. So yeah, for the perks, we run Overkill. That's because, you know, we have that combat shield. And then, yeah, right here we have the radar, because I like to be able to use my mini-map more. I use it fairly frequently. Tracker might be good because that way you can see where the enemies are going. And then double time is pretty good because it increases tactical sprint time and crouch movement speed. Lightweight could also be good because it just increases movement speed in general. And then, yeah, I think those are probably going to be your most helpful out of this category of of perks. But Scavenger could be helpful if you start to run out of ammo. Typically, I don't. But yeah, if you do, I would say probably put Scavenger on, and I would just try to experiment in between double time and lightweight if you want, and just see which one there works out for you. For the lethal, I run Thermite. Typically, I run Thermite or throwing knives. Recently, I've been kind of transitioning back to Thermite because you can get like group kills with it a lot better than you can a throwing knife, but you can pick up the throwing knife, so I mean, you can get like several more throws out of the throwing knife than the Thermite, so it's whatever you want to use. Honestly, those are my go-to, and right now I'm just sticking with Thermite a bit more. So yeah, just pick whichever lethal you prefer, but that's what I go with. And then for the tactical, I've been running Stem fairly recently as well, and I find it to be kind of useful because like if you go around a corner, get shot a lot, you can just heal back up, then go right back out, and no big deal. And then I think that doubled with the fact that I put this one on. It helps with the regeneration and all that. So yeah, that is the setup for that class. I think it works really, really well. So yeah, feel free to experiment with it, try to improve on it where you can, and let us know in the comments below if you know any changes you made that made it a lot better or something like that. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.